Hello, my relatives. This is Jyoti, and I'm gathered with you again to report a little bit more about what the fountain's been up to in this month of November. We've been very blessed that we had a sponsor come in and gather the sources and resources so that we could take 3 of our Mother Earth delegation to COP27 in Egypt. It was quite a remarkable time and it certainly had its challenges as well. They arrived in Egypt and were immediately brought into a gathering of many of our indigenous elders and spiritual leaders from around the world in a gathering called Earthwise. They were able to come out of that with some proclamations about what we really needed to pay attention to in this moment. And Uncle from Greenland sent a message as well and wants everyone to pay attention that it's so important right now, not just to focus on what's happening due to climate change, but to understand that the ice is melting, the water is rising, and critical moments are already appearing across this planet that are disturbing people's lives and ways of life and ways to support life. So he really wants us to see what can we do to start to respond to these emergencies and these crises that are already presenting themselves more frequently all the time. The other delegates that traveled to Egypt were Mindahi Vaseta of the Atomic Toltec people, grandmother Helen Lindmark of the Sami people, and Alexis Bunton of the Yupik people. They gathered together with other elders there to bring the voice of the Mother Earth more present. It's really important at COP that this voice be heard because there is a blue zone where not many of our original people are allowed to enter, unfortunately. And so this green zone is the place where many activists that are standing up for the Mother Earth, our youth, our elders, our original people, and all of those that give voice for the Mother Earth are gathered, and it's becoming stronger and stronger with each gathering of COP. In fact, in COP26, which happened last year, that was one of the loudest voices present there, and it made national news like never before. So let this voice only grow stronger with time. They then went on to gather in what was called the cultural hub to bring musicians of native and non-native peoples together, to bring the luminaries and the spiritual leaders and the original people's voice forward in a collective unified front, again, for this Mother Earth. So thank you for all of those that knew about this happening and were lighting your candles and holding prayers so that they could go and come back in a healthy and protected way, but also that their message could be heard and could be spread further around the planet. In addition to that, I was just sent a message from Colombia, from the Kagaba Nation, the Mamos of the Kogi people. They prefer to be called the Kagaba Nation. They said, thank you for these land trusts that have landed. For you see, that second land trust that I was telling you about has officially landed now completely. And the first one has set itself up so those from the top of the world can flow down more easily and be protected as they do a unification process for the entire Kagama Nation. So over 30 have flowed down just recently to help in that process and to reactivate a state of governance there. The message they sent to me was, thank you so much for these land trusts, for they have now landed the head and the arms of a body that has been dismembered. It has 9 parts. So the other 7 still need to be collected and brought in. And my curiosity is up a little bit, because I can imagine, or maybe I can't, I can imagine, though, what might happen and reverberate when this body is put all back together again. when these 9 parts are made whole once again, what kind of response and reverberation will move across this planet. I am always humbled that myself and all of our team, all of the Fountain, our community of the Center for Sacred Studies and Kayamari that started this all, how this field that has grown in us over these last 4 decades has strengthened and is being strengthened for this moment. I just returned from Ecuador, where this beautiful community that I've just mentioned raised some funds for me to be able to go into a retreat with Korakindi, who's one of the Mother Earth delegates, and his sister Sita, Eleonora, accompanied me. And we went into deep ceremonial work. One of the things that came out of that was a need for us to pay full attention to this moment, because we're in a moment of the dark and the light meeting itself in the strongest way. And it is purifying us and helping us move out of a colonized way of thinking that has kept us asleep for so long. So you light workers that are listening to this message, take moments to go into your own ceremonial work, to cleanse yourself, to empty yourself, and to refill yourself and bring that light brighter, oh, so much brighter, so we can continue to unify in our efforts and to move, as one of my elders said, piercing through that veil of colonized state that kept us asleep for so long. My prayer in this moment, in these days in front of us, where many are sitting down in ceremony, to bring gratitude and great thanks for all we are and what we're holding right now. The privilege of that, the responsibility of that, and the essential need for that holding is upon us. So I give great thanks for you, for those that are listening to this message, to all of you that are gathered together and unified in our direction for world peace and unification as we move into the new dawn. May you have a blessed time of Thanksgiving. May your giving of thanks be what our days in front of us are truly all about. For gratitude is the highest form of prayer, and our prayer is in action. Have a blessed day.